SpecialNeeds.Family is dedicated towards web-based training for the special needs family. If there's one thing I want you to remember, above and beyond anything in the special needs world, is our rule number one. It's whatever happens in a typical family usually doesn't work for a family of special needs. Rule number two is pretty easy. It's don't forget how different you really are. There's things that we think families worry about, such as how do you find, how do you qualify, but more importantly, how do you keep social benefits in place for the rest of your kid's life, which I hope is a lot longer than yours. Who's going to do the things you currently do when you no longer have the ability to do them? A lot of people think that that means you've passed away, when in fact you're going to wear out long before you ever consider passing away. What type of residential arrangements are out there and available for my children when it's appropriate, right for them to transition? How do you find, how do you qualify, but how do you do the social benefits and at the same time remain budgeting and funding for the rest of your kids' life? Budgeting funding for the rest of your children's life. I know families worry about that. I know I did. See, I built a plan for my daughter Lauren. It's pretty easy. She's gonna live in New York. She can live in the Trump Tower. She can live in the penthouse. Nothing but the best for my princess, just like you and I. But there's only one problem I have with that plan. Obviously, I can't afford it. And we as special needs parents have 3 careers. That means we need to fund our children with special needs today, tomorrow through our retirement, and when we pass away. I think families worry about who's gonna take care of my children when I'm not here. What about the proper estate planning? How are my children going to appropriately receive the monies that we need for them to last a lifetime? How do you do the beneficiary process? Is it more than just a will and a trust? Who's going to do the things that you currently do when you no longer have the ability to do them? Another thing we worry about as parents of special needs children is budgeting and funding. How do we take care of all the massive expenses that we're going to have for today, tomorrow, in the future, our retirement, and beyond? What about proper estate planning? What about the beneficiary process? Does my plan have a heart? See, we need to teach you to look at the future through your children's eyes and not through your traditional, normal values and morals. And it's a process. These courses are going to encompass things such as how to find, qualify for those benefits that we talked about. So we're going to talk about how the social benefit program works. We're going to talk about care and transitioning plans. We're going to talk about how to budget and find the right monies for your children over a long period of time. We're going to talk about how the legal process works. We're going to talk about how the beneficiary process works. We're going to talk about how to communicate this to others over long periods of time. And obviously, we're going to talk about review processes. We'll include some very special pieces in here, such as we'll talk about guardianship. We'll have some seminars regarding the ABLE Act. We'll have some conversations regarding other special events that may be happening.